Here we are again, fam. Another day, another lesson. I want to take the time to go back to when I was a teenager. And I want to tell this story of what happened to me after I began to sing and after we started to get a little notoriety in our church. You see, we formed a little group, a gospel quartet, if you want to call it that. And we would practice all the time. And we sang at different churches all over the city. And you see, at that time, we had a very nice following of young men and young women who loved to hear us sing. But today, this story is about our bass player, Harry. And Harry, if you're listening out there, I know that we haven't spoken in a long time. And you may not have even known that you were my hero, because I never told you that. You see, Harry used to pick me up every Saturday morning, and he would take me to play basketball with some of the other guys that he knew. Some were from the church and some were family members, and others were friends. You see, Harry wasn't a flashy man. He was a simple man, a hard-working man, and also a married man. And I would watch and observe Harry in everything that he did. He always treated his wife as a queen. Never once did I hear him say, or did I ever see him do anything to disrespect his marriage. Every time we sang, and when everything was done, Harry would get his bass guitar, place it in its case, and start walking to his car. And you know, we would try to stop him sometimes and say, "Hey, Harry, why don't you hang out with the fellas for a while?" But Harry would smile, chuckle a little bit, and then he would say, "I gotta go home to be with my wife. I'll see you guys Sunday or the next time we have to sing." And I always respected that about Harry. What I realize now as a man is that Harry was wise. You see, he understood that what he had with his wife, he was not going to find in the streets or in the arms of any other woman. Now, I know that every day wasn't Sunday in his home. And like everybody else, I know that he had struggles. But what Harry had was the thing that I cherished the most. And that was love and honesty with his wife. You have to remember that I didn't have a dad. So I never saw what it was like for a man to love a woman. It was the first time I ever saw it up close and personal. Harry didn't have a clue that I was watching him like this. And he definitely didn't know that I wanted to pattern my life after him. Because the words were never said, but I watched his actions and his actions told me everything that I needed to know about Harry. You see, words lie, but actions, they never lie. And you don't have to judge a book by its cover. You just read the book. All of the guys started asking me questions. Why don't you take advantage of certain situations? There are a lot of young women that would love to be your girlfriend, but that wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted what Harry had, that type of relationship. I wanted someone that loved me the way that she loved him, and that he loved her as well. Even though I was young, I knew that that was the type of relationship I wanted for the rest of my life. I met many young women, and I remember this one time specifically. We were having a service at one of our churches, and it was a musical. And I saw these two young ladies as I walked in, and I spoke to them. I said, "Hi, how are you doing?" But they wouldn't speak back to me. They turned their noses up and they looked the other way. The church was packed from wall to wall, standing room only. Every group waiting to perform, every choir, every gospel group, everyone that was anyone was there that night. So the master of ceremony called our group to come up and sing. And we decided to sing two songs. Lift Up Your Head, My Brother, and Walk On Through the Storm. And our second song was called Noah. And I want to tell you that that night, we sang those songs like we had never sang them before. Even I was surprised at how y'all used us on that night. And needless to say, those same two young ladies that I mentioned earlier, yes, they wanted to talk. They started apologizing for how rude they treated me before we sang. But it was too late in my mind. You had already shown your hand. So I walked away politely. And I saw Harry as he was putting away his bass guitar. And again, he was headed to his car, heading home to his beautiful wife. Oh, how I longed to have that day for myself. You see, real love cannot be faked. And for this, I have to go to the scriptures. Proverbs, the 31st chapter, the 10th through the 12th verse. And it reads, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, that he should have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life." You see, at that time, I couldn't even afford to take care of myself. But I knew what kind of woman that I wanted in my life. And it was all because of what I saw in Harry and Minnie Belle. Well, my friends, we've arrived at the end once again. I'll see you again next week for another life lesson and another life story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for your support.